the persistent challenges in our sector, particularly within various schooling communities, we strongly affirm that schools must remain safe havens and nothing less should be tolerated. The safety of our learners and education workers will always be our top priority. We are committed to strengthening NASGOP in Gauteng. It remains our strategic objective to build a solid NASGOP so that we can decisively move towards the attainment of people's education for people's power. The SADTU National Treasurer also brought to our attention several crucial organizational and political issues. She reiterated that SADTU in Gauteng is one of the most stable provinces with a favorable trajectory, and our quantitative growth has made a significant contribution to the union's growth overall. Importantly, it was made clear to us that the tensions within the Federation brought about by the ongoing legal proceedings had nothing to do with the SACP challenging state power and more to do with protecting the Constitution of the Federation, which is COSATU's ultimate charter. It is evident that SADTU would not submit to pressure to make choices before carefully weighing its own opinions on such important issues. We also received an input from the ANC in the province through the chair, remarking on the current political moment, which was the most difficult since the democratic dispensation. We welcome the position as tabled that the government in the province will seek ways to sustain the intervention of the teacher assistance program and that the sector will continue to receive the largest share of the provincial budget. The funding of quality public education remains a central concern for all of us, and we believe that it should still be viewed as an apex priority in the pragmatic terms. We vehemently oppose any instances of inappropriate sexual relationships between education workers and learners, recognizing the disproportionate harm these inflict on the girl child. We urge community members and all stakeholders to take decisive steps to enhance school safety and support the union's I'm a School Fan campaign. We insist that there should be a balanced manner in which school violence is viewed. As much as there is clear consequence management system for teachers, the same should apply to learners. As delegates, we express concern over persistent challenges in our sector, notably consistently high class sizes that intensify the administrative workload for teachers. Additionally, we highlight the digital knowledge gap between the learners and our teachers, which cannot be overlooked. This gap presents an opportunity for us to initiate digital upskilling programs aimed at education workers. As an organization, we recognize that the dynamic changes within the TVEC sector have influenced our perspective on how we serve our members and provide services tailored to different subsectors. We reaffirm our resolutions made at the 9th National Congress and our prior organizational decisions concerning the critical revitalization and comprehensive servicing of TVET college members. Furthermore, we urge our structures to develop sustainable plans to support and maintain TVET branches as a crucial organizational initiative. We call upon all our structures to include education workers in vulnerable sectors in their initiatives, aiming to enhance the quality and scope of service provided to them. We affirm our dedication to supporting members across these subsectors, including practitioners in the ECD sector. We also acknowledge that at an international level, capitalism is gaining momentum at the expense of the working class to try and control the entire human race through the creation of a unipolar world. This tendency is also expressed through the United States foreign policy proxy NATO-inspired developments in Russia and in the Russia and Ukraine conflict and the Palestinian question. It is our view as delegates to this PGC that social justice and human rights are central to human and societal development. Furthermore, we resolved as follows, as informed by our Vision 2030, that we acknowledge that SACCO is a progressive treasure taken by the union and to propose a savings culture that will only serve the members' interest. That the SACCO membership is meager in comparison to the union's membership, both nationally and in our province. We hereby declare that in order for the SACCO to be viable, we will actively urge our members to join it. We think that doing this will benefit members more and ease the financial burden that many of them are facing. On retirees SADTU members, the union should recognize members who are retirees through various annual activities such as Retirees Day or celebration, and have them invited to union workshops to provide membership and share their skills, mentorship and share their skills. More resources should be dedicated towards recruitment on digital platforms. On education, we resolved that the introduction of the GEC in grade 9 should be accompanied by an agreement that mirrors what is transpiring at grade 12 level, and to build more schools to accommodate learners with special needs. We further resolved that the union should play an integral part in curriculum planning and development in the sector. Schools should have policies on traditional healing, as numerous learners are embarking on the initiation as a traditional way that confronts them as a journey which affects their academic performance. On labor, the delegates resolved that the union must strengthen its capacity to defend the existing gains and advance the betterment of members' working conditions at all material times. The union must be at the forefront of uniting the federation and the working class in this regard. As we conclude, we declare that the intrinsic dignity of educators, support staff and students in our educational institutions is self-evident and doesn't need to be demonstrated. We admit that our dignity has been assaulted, undercut, humiliated, and ignored. Human dignity and freedom are the cornerstones of our democratic system, and they emphasize the rights guaranteed by the Constitution. We promise to preserve the principles of our forebears by making sure that educational establishments encourage self-awareness and self-worth. Our claim is that the main objective of an enlightened teacher is to promote personal development and self-actualization in a caring atmosphere. We oppose the neoliberal approach which sees support staff and instructors as little more than instruments to serve the interests of others. We resolutely uphold the safety and dignity of every person, not out of duty, but simply because they are human. We recognize that educational establishments function as havens and hubs for the community, transforming hopes and opportunities for everybody. We are the school fans, and so we declare. This is a draft declaration which might require polishing, Chair, either by Council or subsequently by the PEC, and then later released. Thank you.